but that's what the sports is all about. Like you try and you fail, and then you try again, and you fail or you succeed. Like, so of course it's scary, and like having high hopes. And I knew that it is possible that I do this full year, just to realize that I'm not able to do it. Yeah, cold. I can tell you it's cold. It's been like plus 20, 25, I mean like minus 25 in here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Minus 25. We have like the last 2 days, it's like minus 4 here. And it feels like the end of the world.
Yeah.
Hey, where in Finland are you?
I'm in Turku, in the southern Finland.
Where's screen share? Oh man, here. I had a look at the map this morning. Here it is. In the south, you said?
Yeah, it's yeah, in the corner down there. No, no, no.
Down?
Yeah, down.
This one?
No, towards the Sweden.
Okay. Yes, south. Oh man.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah, Turku, that one down there.
Is Pori this thing where Mikko Salo is from?
Yeah.
This is pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah,
Turku.
it's the old capital.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I had a look because Finland is the one out of the 3 up north I haven't been to. I've been to Sweden and Norway. And I wonder, why is this here Norway and not Finland and Sweden?
Don't ask me. I'm pretty bad at like any like geography and like history stuff. I don't know what happened.
It's weird. I think it's weird. Like it goes all the way up, and then no, this is Norway.
Yeah, and then actually like they're on the border, like Sweden Finland border, and up there in the north, there is many places that have like Finnish names, but they still
I guess so.
belong to Sweden or Norway. So yeah.
Have you been up there?
No, I've never been. I've been at Rovaniemi. In Rovaniemi, it's the bigger one up there. That one, yeah, you just
This one?
yeah, but just for like some weightlifting competitions, and like I haven't really been like traveling the Lapland, which is bad because I should and I would like to. Yeah, it's so beautiful up there.
Yeah, I guess so. I've been to, let me see. I think Alta or no, Hammerfest. I've been to Hammerfest.
Oh, really?
Insane. It's an insane like landscape. It's so, but luckily in the summer.
Yeah.
Also been to Kiruna in Sweden. That's a weird city.
Why is it weird?
It's weird because they had this I don't know in which year it was, but they had a huge earthquake. Or no, they hadn't had an earthquake. They have predictions for a huge earthquake.
All right.
So they basically like rebuilt the city. They took all the buildings are empty at one side, and they built the city like 100 kilometers to the left or to the right, because they're thinking, oh, there's an earthquake coming. We just don't know when. So we're going to rebuild the city so it doesn't get destroyed. So it's totally weird.
All right. I never heard that story.
And you have this huge like huge part of the city which isn't like inhabited at all. It's just
Really?
empty.
All
It's
right.
crazy. It's crazy. And they have sled dogs.
Yeah,
That was
I
fun.
think in Lapland everywhere everybody has sled dogs. Yeah.
But that's weird. They have a weightlifting competition up here in the north.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like all the other participants except the ones from from Rovaniemi are like, why the heck we have to have the competition over there? Like, because yeah, but yeah, there is they have a really old weightlifting club, and it's like it's kind of big. They have good facilities, and probably that's why,
Really?
yeah, that's why the comps end up being there. But like, yeah.
They have the sled dogs too.
Yeah.
Crazy. How far is it from your place?
Well, like 1,000 kilometers, something. I don't know.
Is there an airport or do you have to go by
Yeah,
car? Or...
yeah. I would fly. I would take a plane. But like, yeah, with car it would be like, I don't know, 13 hours, right? I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. How is weightlifting like? I had this girl on the other day. She was a CrossFitter and then she transitioned to weightlifting. And I thought it's so weird because like CrossFit or functional fitness is in Germany, it's such a niche sport, you know, it's so little.
Mhm.
But weightlifting is even tinier, although it's like around for like ages. How's that in Finland?
Yeah, both both sports are pretty small. Like, well, I would say the CrossFit nowadays is bigger than weightlifting, but I think like
Yeah.
also because of CrossFit, the weightlifting has got more popular in Finland as well, because like people go from CrossFit to weightlifting. Um, yeah, so yeah, both sports are pretty small. And actually, I have a friend who comes to like she's a pro weightlifter,
Mm.
like the best in Finland, and she's in like you have the Bundesliga in
Yeah.
Germany for
Yeah.
weightlifting. So yeah, she's in a team in Germany and she goes to compete with them. And it's
Mm.
like she's been telling me that it's so it's so different in German, because like in Finland there might be like 10 people in audience for a weightlifting competition, like cheering you up, and they are like your family basically. And then
Yeah.
then in Germany it's like it's an event. It's an like event. There is like people coming and like drinking beer in the audience, and like they have
Yeah.
like the fan buses like traveling with the team and stuff like that. And it's like for us it's it seems weird. Like we don't have that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
But
Yeah.
there are obviously like layers, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you go to a I don't know, to a soccer game or whatever in Germany, like the crowd at a weightlifting meet is nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, got you. Yeah. Well, in Finland, it's like people watch hockey and cross country skiing and
Yeah.
maybe like athletics, and that's it.
What sports did you grow up with as a kid?
I played basketball. Actually,
Yeah, I
like
saw that on your Instagram, I think.
when I was kid, I did a lot of sports. I did like football, athletics, uh, acrobatics, and basketball. And then yeah, basketball I did for the longest, and until as I was adult, I still played basketball. Yeah.
Do you still play or
Hmm?
did you still play or have you stopped?
No, it was like when I found CrossFit, I quit basketball, and
Oh.
actually I haven't even like go go to watch a basketball game, or I haven't been playing just for fun. It was like just, yeah.
Just a switch.
Not
How have
looking
you
back.
found? How have you found CrossFit?
It was actually a teammate of mine. She asked me to. Oh, that's so old.
I went all the way back on
Oh
your
my God.
feet.
That's from a summer cottage doing pull-ups. Oh,
That's 2016.
good times. Yeah.
That's crazy. 382 weeks.
That's crazy. Yeah, so yeah, I had a teammate who wanted to try CrossFit. I had never heard about it. So I joined her and we took like a free trial class at the gym. And then after that, she asked me to join for the starter course. And it was like a like off season in the summer, so we thought that it would be like a great off season conditioning, so we did that. And then I think, yeah, I fell in love immediately. And yeah, we had a season continuing later the year, so I had to go back to basketball.
Oh no.
Yeah, I secretly like took classes after our like team training, like went straight from team training to CrossFit class. Didn't tell my coaches. And yeah, and then after the next season, I knew that I want to switch for CrossFit, and yeah, that was it. There was a lot of like other factors as well why I did want to quit basketball, but like it was like easy way to escape because I knew that I have something else to replace the time, and yeah.
Was that too much to do both, or could it be possible?
I think so. Like I still played at the highest level in Finland, like in a women's league. We had like 5 or 6 team practices per week plus games every weekend. So yeah, it wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, that's interesting. How is sports like? How is sports structured in Finland? Is there a lot of like funding in it?
Well, I'm a CrossFitter, so I know nothing about it because like the
But in
funding
basketball?
and yeah, it's well for if you're a female pro or semi-pro basketball player, you probably can get little salary from the team, or then it's just like just the accommodation and food and stuff like that. So you don't really like get paid.
Yeah.
But then from the like the foundations and from the like the Olympic Committee and those things, you probably can have, but then you need to be like one of the best, basically. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically the same like in Germany. I had this discussion with like when I have like coaches or athletes from the States on the show, it's so different there. And I think it's so crazy. Like in Germany, if you don't play like soccer, you're lost.
Yeah.
You have to be you have to be like world class.
Yeah. And Finland, it's like if you're not cross-country skier and like one of the best, or if you're not a male hockey player, you're done. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, but there's like like basketball and football teams doing pretty well in Finland, like in the males league. So like they get like you can be a pro athlete in Finland in those sports, and probably in some else as well, but like just in general. Yeah.
Interesting. What do you think like made CrossFit so why did you fall in love with it? What was the switch?
Like when I played basketball, I was always the one who loved the weight room training and the summer off-season training, like doing running intervals or hill sprints or all the exercise stuff. So I always loved that, and I was like the one of the most like athletic girls in our teams always. Yeah, that's me.
There's a picture.
So yeah, I think like I already had the fire for like physical training and like challenging myself in that way in me. So yeah, I think it was that like when I went to CrossFit team, I got to do like all of that stuff, but more and with more intensity, like higher intensity, and like all the new skills. I love to like try new tricks and learn new tricks. So I think it was that. And then like there's like one thing I got fed up with basketball was that like it was not just about how commitment, like how commitment I was, or like how well I commit to it, but it was also about the other and the team. And like for a couple last years, we didn't really have like well, the club was not doing well, and the team was like not everybody was like 100% in, and I would like to have them to be. So
Yeah.
then like I actually like understood that probably I'm better like how do you say it? Like not team athlete, but just like individual athlete.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also saw that opportunity for me to like be an individual. Yeah.
Be your own, like be your own. I don't know how to say that, but Jonas Müller from Switzerland said a similar thing. Like in the team sport, you're so dependent on your teammates and even the coach.
Yeah.
And even the coach, he said like he loves about CrossFit that what you get out of it is kind of what you give into it. Like
exactly.
In soccer, like or team sport, if the coach doesn't like you, you can be out, like basically.
Yeah.
And that
Exactly.
and that like was insane for him.
And
Like,
it's funny because like I've always been like a team player, and I've always like considered myself as a team player. I've been the captain of the team for like since I remember, yeah, I was kind of the leader one, and still, well, I think I was a good leader and a good teammate back then, but still like I remember like it sounds so stupid now. Probably my old team players, if they watch this, they will they will hate me. But like if you like if we lost a game and I had myself played pretty well, I was happy. Like shouldn't be like that. Like
I've done enough. It's not on me.
So and if you lost, like and if you win, if you won, and I sucked at that time, I was like super mad. I didn't care if we won if I played bad. So yeah.
Yeah, fun. Have you ever like done a CrossFit team competition?
I've done one, but it was just like I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago in Finland, just a smaller one. But actually now, like in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do a team competition. It's my comeback competition. It's here in Turku, and it's like it's a new comp they arrange, and it's teams of three, like three female or three male. Yeah.
Is it only teams or?
Yeah, it's only teams. It's like it will be cool. It's like the idea of that comp is like that anyone can join, and you can like build up the team from your gym. For example, I could go with somebody like some of my friends who has just started, or like with anyone. And so there will be like a lot of variety
beginners and stuff. Yeah.
In the level, but like it will be fun. It's more like a one for the community kind of.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you feel that's different from other team sports?
For sure. It's yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I get better tell after a couple of weeks how I feel about team sports. No, just kidding. But like,
Yeah.
I think in that, like in CrossFit competitions, in team competitions, there is also a huge role for individuals. Of course, there's in other sports as well. Like, I don't know. Oh, that was a good question actually.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's more on the individual, because you're such a little team, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, in like soccer also you have 11 players, and if one sucks, you can switch him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be interesting if there would be like substitutes for like CrossFit teams.
It would. But isn't that like there is this grid league, you know?
Yeah.
So they
I don't
have
know. They have it like that.
bigger teams, and they can like choose who does which event, and so that's kind of.
Is that still around? Is that still a thing? I haven't watched that like in ages.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither.
I remember when I had just started CrossFit, I found about the grid league.
Yeah.
And watched some, like, I think from YouTube or from wherever. But yeah, it was hectic.
What year was this when you found the sport?
It was 2014.
So that's pretty early.
Yeah, 14 was the year when I did the starter course, and then went back to play for another season. So I actually like really started in 2015.
In 15, yeah. Interesting. Were there a lot of CrossFit gyms at this time in Finland?
It was already like pretty familiar, or like pretty famous. I think, I don't know, what would I say, like 100 probably.
And have you been always like competing? So I always have this question: why do you compete in a sport? Why just do it? You know?
Yeah. Like when I came from basketball to CrossFit, I kind of knew right away that I want to compete in CrossFit. So I don't know, maybe it's just the way I am. Like since I was kid, I've been like competing in sports. So probably that's just like what I want to do. Oh my god. Like, why do you have to do that?
I love that.
Actually, that's the girl who introduced me, the other one.
Oh, really? And this is the normal weight room, I guess. Like normal, like, gym.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Like in your feed,
Oh my
like
god.
most of the athletes, they have such an like, I don't know how you say that, like not fake, but their feed is like clearly like managed, you know? You only see like pictures from competitions or training and stuff. But yours is like, if you go all the way back, it's like really like a
I mean, but hey, it's 2013.
13, yeah.
It's
like a diary. You can watch from all the way up, like from basketball to the weight room. Then you have like weightlifting and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's December to, that like I had started CrossFit, and then I went to like do my like weight room sessions. I wanted to like try some snatches and like try to keep it up.
And then you traveled all the way up for this weightlifting competition.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's weightlifting was also like we had really good weightlifting coaches in our CrossFit gym. And like we had like this little competitions, like competitors group, which, and we trained together, and we had like a few coaches, and we had a weightlifting coaches as well. So they like I think that's I'm very like thankful for them for like coaching us so well back then, because like weightlifting is still like one of my strengths. So and they pushed me to like compete in weightlifting as well, and I've been doing that, but like not for a couple of years now, but like in my early days I did compete in weightlifting more as well. So yeah.
In front of 10 people.
Maybe a little bit more.
But what I really love about like weightlifting competitions, it's such a different stress, you know, because you only have like 3 tries, and that's it. You have to be at the moment, so it teaches you
it's
like
a different game.
Different
But nowadays,
game.
Nowadays in CrossFit competitions, I think like, well, depends on a comp and an event, but there is a lot of similarities for the weightlifting part as well, that there might be just like you have 3 lifts, or actually in Dubai they just had they have one shot for snatch and clean and jerk. So I think that was really interesting. So
yeah, they picked some stuff up. I think it's good that they picked some stuff up.
Yeah.
But I always like also how weightlifting is such a different game. Like, I don't know if I like it, you know. Sometimes I want to see like, I don't know, like Bronislav or Lenkovitz, or just go for it, you know. But he always plays it safe, like, you know, it's just 3 lifts, I have to play it safe, or there isn't any other guy in the competition who's has better numbers than me, so I'm just gonna lift like this to win.
You rarely see him failing lifts, or you never see him failing lifts.
You never see him like really go for it, like let's try a PR or something. But I'm wondering what the format would be like for those guys to push them.
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Now I'm stuck. Was there like in those days, how do you find out that you can compete in this?
In CrossFit?
Yeah. Do you search it up like immediately? Like, is there some kind of games or whatever?
No, I think it came up from the coaches gym. Like, I think it was like when me and the other girl who like invited me to join with her, when we went to the starter course, the coaches and the box owner kind of like saw that, okay, those girls are like they're athletes and stuff like that. So they came to us like, did you know that you can compete in CrossFit as well? And stuff like that. So I think that's how it went. And then of course, like the internet was full of CrossFit games stuff. And I think it was like back then, probably because it was new to me and like everything was so cool and interesting. And so like I remember like watching tons of YouTube content about CrossFit and the CrossFit stars at that time. Like all the games content, and
Yeah, I think back in those days, they did a really good job of marketing that stuff. Like they put out stuff daily. It was really crazy.
Yeah.
And Finland has like a pretty like huge history with Mikko Salo and stuff. Were these guys like, did you saw like, oh, okay, like even a smaller country in Europe can go far in the sport? Or
yeah, I think like I think like what Mikko has achieved, it has it have had a like impacts on how CrossFit was found in Finland, and like how they found new CrossFit gyms, and yeah, like for me when I started, of course I probably knew about Mikko and knew who he was, but like it was already like a couple years ago when he was like in his prime. So when I started, I think he didn't compete anymore, and then it was more like Jonne, and then I remember watching all the like the Icelandic girls, and Lauren Fisher was one of my like who I like to watch. She was like super young back then, and she like was a racing star. So, but yeah, of course, like Mikko and also Jonne, like they've had a huge impact on the Finnish CrossFit scene in general. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you say it, I don't know when it was, but I found you through this
Yeah. Yeah,
through
that's
this thing, and they have like a bunch of like Finnish athletes on it, and it's
that's
like I don't know, because I don't understand a word, but
it's
I watched everything.
nice. It's like there was a like a project we did with our sponsor, the gymnasium.
Yeah.
So it was pretty fun. That like in that series, you can like follow us going through the open season up until the quarters and semis, and then the games for some.
That was 2022, I think.
Yeah, it's 22.
It's so weird. Like
You watch it and it's all in Finnish.
Yeah, I didn't understand a word, but it was good. Like it's like this Icelandic band in the past, like I don't know how you say them, Sigur Rós or Sigur Rós.
I have no idea. Yeah.
You don't understand it. You don't have a clue what he's singing about, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I watched that, and then I started following you, and I find it was really interesting. But you had a big injury in 2000 past year, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I had it all started in 22, like in October 22. Yeah, I at that time, I don't know where to start. It's a long story. I'm trying to keep it short. But yeah, I tore my the ligaments that connects the clavicle to this sternum. And yeah, like it was so weird. It was a clean and jerk training session. It was a deload week. I had like lighter weights, just like moderate weights, and that's when I remember first like it starting to hurt, and I was like, okay, what is this? And then just continued the training session normally. Felt it out, like it kind of like felt like nagging in all pressing movements and stuff. So I think I trained for another week or so, but it bothered me all the time. Went to doctor and ended up like having a sling in my arm, walking like home from there, because like they took the MRIs and it's like showed that there's torn ligaments. And for the doctors, it seemed like it could be like a really unstable to the whole like the clavicle and the arm. And I was like, what the heck? I just finished my morning training session before I came here. It's not unstable. Like I was able to like bench press yesterday. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, but it was just like just in case kind of thing. So yeah, I did some Rehab, try to like keep on training whatever ways I could with like not using the other arm at all. And then the 2023 season started in February. So I was like trying to start the season normally. I had to a little bit like rush the rehab, but like everything seemed to be fine, and like I was able to like do stuff. And I waited like for the most like challenging movements. I waited as long as I could before like starting to implement them in training. So then the open started, and in the first workout there was I think it was a chipper with like toe bar, wall balls, cleans, and ring muscle ups. And the cleans and the ring muscle ups were the ones that I I hadn't been able to do yet, and they were the most challenging ones for the joints and the clavicle. So I did the workout, and then it was like it got a little painful, and then it was the next training session that the joint popped again. And my clavicle went out of place, and that's when everything started from the beginning. So yeah.
So you had to go back to zero basically on the
Yeah.
recovery. Did
And
they tell you like, oh sorry, did they tell you a timeline how long this is gonna like be? Or
yeah, at that point when the clavicle went out of place and it appeared to be really like unstable, they actually told me that I would not be able to like do CrossFit anymore, because
ever again?
yeah.
Like at all? Oh wow.
Yeah, because it was like there was like the surgical fix was not possible, because it would most likely not be like, for the sport it would not be better after the surgery, and also the surgery would be so high risk surgery because of all the main veins that are going in there. So they wouldn't even like they would have not done the surgery if it was not like that everything had blown up, or like so yeah,
it's not life-threatening, so we don't risk it.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to risk it either, because the surgery would have had so high risk. So yeah, I met 3 different doctors because I didn't want to believe the first one. So but yeah, all of them thought that the joint would not like, it most likely would not stand the stress and all the movement that this sport like requires. So yeah, it was heartbreaking to say at least. Like, I don't know, it was hard. Still getting emotional talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think if you getting told like you can't do the thing you love anymore?
Yeah. But yeah, somehow I didn't want to believe them, of course. Yeah, I was like, I think for me it was like, I won't be like giving up before I try, basically. Like, I would never forgive myself if I just like, okay, whatever,
let it go.
So I needed to see what happens, and I mean, here we are going to compete in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
How much time has passed since the first like visit to the doctor? When was that?
A year.
In August? No, October 2022.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, so a year and 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And you still tried to do the open like 4 months later.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that's so funny. But at that point, we like not even like the doctors either. They didn't like know the type of the injury, like, or how bad it was, or probably maybe it wasn't that bad at that point, but like, so yeah. Yeah, it's weird. And it's an injury that it's not very, like, it's very rare. Like, they, like, all the doctors, they told me that like they only see this type of stuff if somebody has like dropped from a horse, like, and the horse has like step over them, or like if you've been in a car accident, or if you've like been tackled in a American football or stuff like that. Yeah.
Interesting. So it has to be like basically like a freak accident.
Yeah, and the most funniest part is that at any point I didn't feel like there was anything big going on.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like, it hurt and it was like a little painful, but nothing that felt like, okay, my career is over. So
yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And nothing like
yeah,
your arm is gonna fall off.
yeah, and that's what they were like afraid of, like, because that's the only attaching ligament for the arm and for the clavicle is this one. So yeah. But yeah, so the rehab for, how do you say, is it rehab? What's the word for
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like first just, I think it was multiple months not using the arm at all at the gym. So basically it was like riding a bike and stuff like that. Then I got like get to do the running at one point, because at the beginning it wasn't allowed even to do the running because
to move it,
movement of the arm.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, then did a lot of running and biking on that spring, and yeah.
But did they tell you what you can do, or was it like basically you tried it on your own?
Yeah, I'm lucky that I found a good physio who like had who was able to advise me, but even him, like, he didn't have like, I found no one who would have experience from the same, like, exact same type of injury. And so that's why it was sometimes it was really frustrating, because like nobody knew what would the steps be like. It was more like just trying, and prefer to be really like super patient instead of like trying things too fast or too soon. Yeah, just had to like wait and be patient, and then started to with really small steps to implement some movement. I remember the summer doing, like, when I was allowed to like go into the like push-up position in a plank position and just like stay there. And like for me it was like I knew that I could do a push-up. It was not that I wasn't able to do it, but I just like, just in case, let's not do it yet. Just be there. Like, come on. And then like started to do like limited range of motion push-ups, like just going for 2 centimeters down.
Oh wow.
And then like kneeling version of it. So it was really, really small steps. Yeah.
So when are these like milestones? So like in my head, I'm like thinking, if I would have been you, like I'm in a plank position and I'm waiting. Do I feel something? Do I feel something? No, it's good. Okay, I go a centimeter down. Okay.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. A lot of like listening the body, and then like, but yeah, it was so hard because like I couldn't, like, it didn't feel anything, and I didn't feel anything. But then probably if I would have done something too soon, it could have like popped again, like go out of place, or just the next day it could have been sore or something, and I had to avoid that. So yeah, it was a lot of guessing also. But yeah, I had like milestones. I remember like doing the first push-up was huge. Like, yeah, and then the dip was even more huge. Like I remember in the summer I did my first stationary dip, and it was huge because that was like the one exact moment that one of the doctors claimed that like he was like,
possible anymore.
yeah, I see it very unlikely that you will able to do a like dipping movement with that joint. So and then I was like, yeah, watch me. Send him the video. Here we go. No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like obviously every journey is different, but you hear these stories, you hear very often, like especially in our sport, that you can't do that anymore, you broke your back or whatever.
Yeah.
And then people like overcome it. Do you think doctors have to tell you this?
No.
Because they have to play it like safe for them?
Yeah, that like I've been thinking about that. It's like for me, if they hadn't tell me that this journey would have been so much easier, like mentally.
Yeah.
Because like it was just, but I understand it's their job to like tell you the realities, and like what they see is their profession. Like they should know. Like it's part of their job. They need to tell you what the situation is. And but yeah, sometimes I hope they didn't. Like yeah, like if they just told me that it seems hard, or it seems like challenging situation, but like you never know, that would be like such a different story. Instead of like, oh, I think it seems impossible, you probably need to find another sport. Oh, okay, thank you.
But also like a few years like past this, it can be such a game changer for your mind.
And it's it already is. It's like it's a cliche, but like once you like you realize what you have, like until somebody takes it away from you, or like until you lost it, or but like so I think like I'm trying to remember, like from now on as I go to the competitions, it's a huge privilege that I am able to do it, and just like hopefully will enjoy every fucking second of being in the comp floor. So yeah. And also like just
sorry. Also knowing I've done the impossible.
Yeah.
They told me it's not possible. I'm doing it.
Yeah. So there is a lot of like really big takeaways as well for me, like mentally, and just all like I don't think I would have made it here even like if I hadn't had to do, like if I hadn't done so much mental training during the past year, like I would have lost my mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's interesting. Like I put this picture up because it's like so fitting now. And this is from 2017. You posted it. In any game played with the body, it's the head that counts. And like, that's so true.
Yeah. That was 2017. I had like a little back injury back then. So did already, like I remember reading those books back then. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And at what time in the journey do you think so? I'm doing this. This is like I'm going somewhere.
You mean like during the injury or like in general during the injury?
Like is there like a tipping point where you think like I'm gonna do this sport again? Like it's possible.
Oh, I think I never completely like lost the hope or like completely thought that I wouldn't get back. In my head it was just like I didn't feel it as an option. Like, but there was times that I was like, I thought that like, am I stupid on not like believing in what the doctors say, or like am I doing harm for myself, or like still trying and then possibly failing. But that's what the sports is all about. Like you try and you fail and then you try again and you fail or you succeed. Like, so of course it's scary and like having high hopes. And I knew that it is possible that I do this full year, just to realize that I'm not able to do it. So it was really hard, but still somehow like during the whole period of time, I kind of knew that I will get back there. But then like I think the biggest like the milestones and the moments where I was like, okay, like I really am going going to win this was like, well, the dip was one thing. It felt so big, and then like the first ring muscle up was the next one. And yeah, from those both of those moments and the training sessions where I did those, I felt like I get like so much like trust in my body again, like, and I had like more courage to try new things and like really trust that I'm able to handle like the new movements or more stress for the joint. And so yeah.
A dip, like it's funny for like for a lot of people a dip is like such a trivial thing, like such an easy skill, but for you it's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
So what 2024, it's weird that we have 2024 already.
I know.
It's weird to say that, but what's like, it's a new beginning. You posted on your Instagram. What's the goal for this year?
Like the big goal is to go to the semifinals and do well there. Like I did the semifinals in 21 and 22. But like 21 was my rookie year when I like got to the like it was the first like international comp for me, like the bigger comp for me, the semifinals in 21. And it was actually the COVID year, so it was the do it by your own at your gym year. And then 22, I did the semifinals, but had a little bit like bad luck and hit the COVID just like a couple of weeks before the semis and just struggled through, tried to stay alive. So now I wish like I'm 23 was the injury year, so like I want to go there and I want to do well and like really see what I'm capable of. So, but because, like of course because of the injury, it's like for me the biggest goal is just to like get there and be there, and that's also already huge for me. So yeah.
How excited are you about the new venue? Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
This is the venue for the semifinal in Europe. It's basically like the French Throwdown in Lyon in France.
Yeah.
And it's fucking huge. Look at this.
Oh, nice.
That's insane. I'm really hyped about that.
That looks amazing.
I thought it's gonna be in Berlin again. Like last year it was in Berlin. It
Yeah,
was
me
cool.
too. Yeah, me too.
It was really cool, but this stadium is like insane.
That looks pretty cool. Is that a real picture, or is it like a?
I don't know about that, but definitely that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. It's a
Yeah, they're
really
playing
huge.
basketball in there.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And also like during this year, I want to compete more. I haven't been like I haven't been competing that much. I've been always prioritizing the game season. So I've been doing the quarters and trying to get to the semis, and then probably some local comps in Finland after that, or like one local comp. So I haven't been competing that much, and I like this year now as I still can. I want to do more. So I'm probably going to do more comps internationally this year.
And do you have anything in mind you want to do, or just
I mean,
see?
like, yeah, depends how the season uh goes. But
Unfolds,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I think like Madrid, uh then well, don't know. Like I was thinking about French Throwdown, but now it's the same as the semis. So
Yeah.
so yeah, we'll see.
You should come to Germany, German Throwdown. It's a really
Yeah,
cool
that's
comp.
actually, yeah, that's one that I've been looking for the past year. So yeah, that's really good option as well.
I have these two questions, but after hearing your story, your full story, I feel the questions are stupid.
Come on, shoot it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you like how much the game changes in like you basically been out for an entire like season. How much does the game change? And are you afraid of like losing too much like training or skills during that period?
Like, I mean, of course I am. Like especially when I was still when I was not able to train like fully, or like not doing everything yet.
Yeah.
And the training was very different. Of course, I had like those thoughts in my mind that like what everybody else is doing, and I'm losing time, and I'm giving them like how to say, like I'm giving them a head start basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of that. But then somehow I think like where I am now, I feel like I found peace in just like it is what it is, and like I cannot affect on what everyone else is doing. And of course I'm like I wouldn't want any of my peer competitors to go through what I what I had to go through. So I'm just like I have to be happy that they've been able to train the full year. But like of course it is something that it's on a table, but like I just have to do my best at the moment and wish it's enough when the comp comes. And still, of course, there's been like if I hadn't had the injury, I probably would have not run that much. I wouldn't have squatted that much. So my legs have
Your
gotten
legs are way stronger
stronger.
now. Yeah.
And also I've been able to do a lot of like condition work through the whole injury. So like just feel that those areas might have gone even better than what they would have without the injury. So yeah. and then still I'm really positive that the mental strength that I've gained and the mental game that I've created during the past year will be my like biggest superpower when the comp comes. Yeah, there's a lot of like new skills that came up during the past season, but like I'm pretty good at like learning new skills and like adapting to new movement, and like my like the movement efficiency is like something that I feel like I'm pretty good at. So I'm like I'm sure that I will those things won't like
hurt you that much.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I thought it was like it was some kind of weird like the last year. Yeah, I think you could see that like the programmers like changed during the year.
Yeah.
Because the games itself in Madison, it was like really gymnasty, but up to that point it was like really heavy.
Yeah.
Like the semifinal, for example, like the huge guys and girls had an advantage because it was so heavy and like loaded. But then at the games it was like gymnastic like focus, like obviously it was kind of weird, I think. Like the programming, if you look at the programming from a whole perspective, it wasn't that fitting, I think. Like kind of interested how that plays out this year.
Yeah, and it's also like it will be interesting that next year the semis will be fully programmed by the games stuff.
Yeah.
So is it by the boss or who? I don't know, but probably boss. Yeah.
Do you think that's a good thing? I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting me. It was my first like English interview.
Your first non-Finnish.
Yeah.
But it's good. Your English is perfect.
I wouldn't say perfect. I have a coach from States, so we do chat in English.
Who is it?
Sam Smith. Yes.
I heard that name before.
Yeah, he grew up in the OPEX environment. So
okay, I have to check this out.
I'm
always interested in.
He's one of the best coaches out there. Just like he's just super his knowledge is amazing.
How have you found him?
I found him, it was 2019. Actually, we are going to have a 5-year anniversary in a month. Yeah. I found him through internet. I think there was one Finnish girl that worked with him, and I saw I saw it from the Instagram, and then I like chat with the girl from Finland, and chatted a couple of times with Sam, and yeah, the rest is history. Yeah,
that's interesting. I always feel like the Nordics are all on a training plan.
Yeah, so in my gym there's a group of people that are doing the training plan as well.
Yeah, so I'm always interested how people find different coaches up there.
I'm really big like oh my god.
Are your eyelashes frozen there?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Is it that kind of cold?
It was an old one, but yeah, it was. I think now it was even colder than back then. Yeah, it's been crazy. We have a electric car, a Tesla, so it's it was still working pretty well, actually, surprisingly well, even though it was like 20-25 minus degrees. But like the doors to get open, and the charging spot to get open and stuff like that. It's hard.
I'm sorry, I changed the subject.
It's okay. It's okay.
Are these things like, can these things froze like the batteries and in electric cars? Can they freeze?
I don't know. Probably they can, and it's like, of course, the battery is so cold because it's so cold. It
doesn't work that well.
It gets empty
Yeah.
sooner, like, and it uses more battery to work. But yeah, it's been working pretty well, because it's funny because like everybody's joking, like my mom and my dad, and they're like, yeah, you probably won't like get anywhere because you have the electric car. And I'm like, the fucking trains are not even like working at this weather here in Finland, so
Yeah,
it's not just our car. And
I never thought about that.
and the normal cars won't start like either, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have flashbacks from my visits to Sweden and Norway. I went to Sweden at one time, and they have this let me see if I can find a picture. It was kind of the winter time, and they have this like, they have these things in front of their cars. Like it's so weird.
That's like, for me, it just reminds me from like when I grew up in a smaller town, like here nearby.
Yeah.
And that was like a thing for guys who worked at the, like, let's
The car
say,
shop.
yeah, car shops, or like car fixing places.
Oh.
And they were like in their 20s, and they like to tune their cars and pimp their cars.
Yeah.
It just reminds me like somebody who has a huge bass in their like like in the truck. And they it's yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it was so weird, because I studied photography, and I went to Sweden because they have this archive for the unexplained. It's basically like a huge archive for like UFO files and stuff. And I was really into that stuff.
Yeah.
And I went to that archive, and it was like basically like a basement with all these files. But I've been there like 8 hours in this basement reading about all this UFO stuff and alien stuff. And then you come out, and it's like in the evening, it's totally dark, and cars have like lights like this, and you're like freaking out.
Oh, so
Yeah,
fun.
so good. Yeah, thank you again for coming on. I think that's like a really inspiring story, and so important to hear for people that you can overcome like impossible things, like
Yeah.
believe everything you've been told, and you
Yeah,
can achieve
thank
like
you
really
for
great things.
inviting, and thank you for letting me to share my story.
Yeah, I'm excited for your like season. I'm really like pushing my thumbs.
Thank you.
Everything's gonna go well, and I hope to see you in France at the semifinal.
Yeah, I hope to meet you there. You will be
Alrighty.
there, right?
I will be there, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Let's stop.